सुर मेरा तुम्हारा तो सुर बने हमारा। सुर की नदियाँ हर दिशा से बह के सागर में मिले, बादलों का रूप लेकर
मिले सुर मेरा तुम्हारा तो सुर बने हमारा. You heard that, didn't you? When our voices meet, they become our voice. Not mine, not yours, ours. The song was written in 1988. I was 3 years old. But whoever wrote it understood something that a lot of us have forgotten in 2025. Unity isn't a hashtag. Unity is what happens when a student in Delhi, a student in Mumbai, a student in Patna, and a student in Glasgow all feel the same thing at the same time and refuse to look away. After my last video, something happened. I started seeing messages from Kolkata, from Bangalore, from places I've never been. Students, young people, my school friends with whom I grew up, some angry, some tired, some just waiting for someone to say what they have been feeling. And then I saw the news. The protest didn't stop at Jantar Mantar, they spread. Different cities, different faces, same fire, and then Glasgow. Yes, Glasgow. Indian students standing in the cold, thousands of kilometers from home, holding placards about an education system that failed them. That's not a coincidence. That's a pulse. The youth of this country, and I mean this generation right now, we are not asleep. We are not distracted. We are not scrolling through life while the country burns. We are watching, and we are not done yet. But here's where I need to say something carefully. If you are angry, good. Anger is fuel, but fuel without direction is an explosive. Gandhi didn't just preach non-violence, he weaponized it. He turned peace into the most dangerous idea the British Empire had ever encountered. Vivekananda didn't just meditate, he stood in front of thousands and said, "Wake up. Arise, stop begging, you are divine." These men didn't ask us to be passive, they asked us to be disciplined. So when I say stay peaceful, I'm not telling you to be quiet. I am telling you to be unstoppable, because you cannot arrest an idea. You cannot lathi charge a movement that refuses to throw a stone. The moment violence enters, the message dies, the camera turns away, the headlines become about the chaos, not the cause. Don't give them that. Don't give them a reason to look away from what actually matters. Let me make something crystal clear. This is not an anti-government movement. I am not sitting in front of this camera to tear down the institutions of my own country. I was raised to respect them. I still do. But respect doesn't mean silence. Respect means holding something to a standard so high that you refuse to let it fall short. This is a nationalistic movement. Say that word, nationalistic. No anti-anyone and pro-everyone. We are with the government. We want the government to succeed. Because when the government succeeds, our school gets better, our teacher get paid, our students stop leaving the country because the system back home failed them first. That's all this is. That's all this ever was. And let's talk about what actually at stake here, because some people are trying really hard to make this about everything except what it's about. This is not about one minister, it's not about one party, it's not about religion, and I swear, if I see one more person trying to make this about Hindu versus Muslim or whatever other division they are selling this week, I am going to lose it. This is about education, period. Education is the foundation before economy, before military, before every 5-year plan. every election manifesto. If the youths aren't educated, nothing else works. Nothing. You cannot build a superpower on the back of students who are living because the system told them they don't matter. This is way beyond anyone's ego, way beyond one person's political career. This is about whether the next generation inherits a ladder or a wall. Now let me get personal for a minute. 45 subscribers, that's it. That's all I have. I don't have a production team. I don't have a PR strategy. I don't have anyone to tell me what to say or what not to say. It's just me, this camera, this room and this conviction. Some people might look at that and think, what's the point? You are shouting into a void. But here's what I have learned in the last few days. The void shouts back. Every message, every comment, every person who said I felt the same thing but didn't know how to say it, that's not nothing. That's the beginning of something. So this is my contribution, my little piece of the puzzle. I can't match. I can't march. I can't organize. I can't stand in the heat at Jantar Mantar. But I can speak. And as long as I have breath and this camera, I will. Not for views, not for subscribers, because the Gita told me to act without attachment to the result, and I'm trying every day to live that. And now let's talk about something we have all been complicit in. The news you are watching right now, the primetime debate, the screaming matches, the breaking news ticker that run 24/7. Ask yourself one question. Are they informing you or are they performing for you? Because here's what I see. I see channels that spend more time covering a celebrity wedding than they did on the students being beaten in the street. I see panels where 5 people shout over each other and call it debate. I see headlines designed not to tell you what happened, but to make you feel something just long enough to sit through the next ad break. TRP. That's the God they worship. Not truth, not accountability. TRP. And the worst part, we keep watching. We keep giving them the one thing they need to survive, our attention. So here's what I'm asking you to do, and I'm not asking lightly. Boycott it. Stop watching the channels that spread rumors. Stop sharing the clips designed to enrage you. Stop being a pawn in a game where the only winners are the people selling ad space between the segments of manufactured outrage. Instead, consume independent reporting. There are journalists on YouTube right now, real ones who are doing the work these channels refuse to do. There are creators on this platform, on Instagram, on Twitter, who are on the ground filming with their phones, telling you what actually happened. No filter, no agenda, no TRP. Meter ticking in the background. Subscribe to them. Share their work, fund them if you can, because every view you give to them, to an independent reporter, is a view you take away from a propaganda machine. Your attention is currency. Spend it wisely. Because the channels that lied to you yesterday will lie to you tomorrow unless you stop paying them. This is not about cancelling anyone. This is about choosing who gets to shape your reality. Choose the ones who earn it, not the ones who scream the loudest. And now, I want to say something to the people who actually have platform. Amitabh Bachchan, sir, with all the respect in the world, you are the voice of this nation. When you speak, millions listen. When you are silent, millions notice. I am not asking you to pick a side in politics. I am asking you to pick a side for the education, for the student, for the future of the country. You have represented on screen for 5 decades. The same goes for every influencer, every celebrity, every public figure who calls themselves a role model. If a YouTuber with 45 subscribers can find the spine to speak, what's your excuse? You don't need to attack anyone. You just need to say, the youth of this country deserve better. The education system needs fixing. Let's talk about it. That's it. That's all. One sentence, one post, one moment of courage. Because here's the thing about role models. You don't get to be one only when it is comfortable. So here's my message to every young person watching this. Don't let this light go out. What happened last week at Jantar Mantar in the streets, in the campuses? That spark is real, it's fragile, and it's under attack. Not just from lathis, from apathy, from what's the point, from nothing ever changes. Ignore all of that. Talk to your friend, talk to your family, share the video, write the post, have the uncomfortable conversation at the dinner table. Because silence is how they win. Silence is how movements die before they are born. You don't need to be loud. You just need to be consistent. One voice, then two, then thousands, then million. Mile Sur Mera Tumhara, to Sur Bane Hamara. That wasn't just a song. That was a blueprint. We are not against anyone. We are for something. We are for an education system that doesn't break students before they even started. We are for accountability, real, honest, transparent accountability. We are for media that informs rather than inflames. We are for the government that listens, and we are for a youth that never ever stops speaking. This is not a protest. This is a promise. A promise to ourselves, to each other, to the ones who came before us and the ones who will come after. Karmanye vadhikaraste, phaleshu kadachana. Your right is to the action and never to the fruit. The action is now. The fruit, they will come. They always do. Keep the light alive. Choose your source. Guard your attention and speak, always speak. I will see you in the next one. Thank you for listening me out.
मिले सुर मेरा तुम्हारा तो सुर बने हमारा
मुंहिंजो सुर तुंहिंजे सां प्यारा मिले